Hello everybody. So I got a little project going on today that I was going to share some information with you guys on. I'm working on a SIG P227 double stack 45. Don't make it anymore. I don't think the gun was real popular because the grip on it is pretty big. For me personally, I have pretty large hands and these bigger grip frames work pretty good for me. I think the normal everyday guy, they just don't. They're just too big. But anyway, I picked this gun up just a week or so ago. I shot it one time. Accuracy on this gun is awesome. Of course, I got the slide off right now, but the trouble I'm having with it is the magazine falls out. And I think that's kind of a known issue with these guns. So what I did is I ordered a new magazine catch, stop, and spring, the whole new assembly. But they're not as easy to change as what it looks like. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so I watched a video on how to remove this magazine stop, magazine catch, I think, sorry, is what they're calling it. So you depress it, of course, from the other side, and this little piece right here is a plastic, I think they call it a magazine catch stop. And the guy that on the video that I seen, it was simple. He had that thing out in 2 minutes. Let me show you the new part. I'll help you understand what it's doing. So that's the new part. Hope you guys can see it. So see how I depress that little piece of plastic with my thumb? That's what holds it in there. You guys can see that. So the way you do it is you depress the magazine catch, and if you can see, there's a little hole right there. You depress that plastic piece I just showed you with a paper clip. And when they're in mint condition, hope you guys will be able to see it, there's a little groove right there. And the guy on the video says, oh, you just use your thumbnail and flick that thing out. Well, if you can see on this one, somebody before me has had trouble with this and about destroyed that plastic piece. You can't, there's not much left of it. That little groove's not there. We got this out one time. The way we did it is I depressed it and held it, and my son used a knife blade and was able to get that thing out. What a pain in the neck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out to my shop and I'm going to drill a tiny little hole right there. Enough to drill and tap a number 4 threaded screw. My theory is drill that hole, tap it, put a screw in there, and now I can get a hold of that stupid thing. So I'll be able to depress that little piece of catch, or that little catch, through that hole right there with the paper clip. And yet I'll be able to get a hold of this guy with a screw in there. So that's my theory. We'll see how it works. Alright guys, so I got this thing set up in my drill press to drill this slide stop catch, I think is what they call it in the parts book. So a little sketchy. Now bear in mind, on this part that I'm drilling, I have a spare. I have a brand new one from the factory. This is almost just an experiment to see if this is gonna work. I don't know, we'll try it. So it's a little sketchy for me to have my gun in a drill press. We'll show you what we got. Okay guys, here we go. I don't know how well you can see that. I don't dare get it any closer, but I'm just gonna drill a tiny little hole in that plastic catch. Well, I think the drilling part went really good. So there's the hole. It looks awful big. I'm glad I waited till I had the spare. So I'm gonna try to tap that and put a screw in it. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna try to get this silly little clip out. I got a good cameraman helping me today, so hopefully to be able to see what's going on better. So I've got it on my vise, and I've got a cloth covering the vise, so I'm gonna try to push down with that. So now the magazine release is out. So I'm gonna push in with this little clip thing and try to get it out. And it is not working. I mean, it's possible that that screw is in there too far and keeping the little catch from releasing. But it doesn't feel that to be the case. Because I can feel that little catch now.
Just strip it.
I don't think so. I think what's happening is when I get that pushed in, it's see, I can feel it moving right there. So I think it's in.
Did you drop the screw?
Yeah, pause that. Okay, we got this out. We set the camera down. We ended up just using a pocket knife and getting under the front edge of that and prying it out. So my idea of having the bolt in there, so I can screw the bolt in. Hope you guys can see it. So this is the retaining part of this clip. And with that bolt in there, enough thread to actually get a hold of something, that was inhibiting that from releasing. So my bolt idea did not work at all. So this old clip, I mean, I'm going to keep it around for spare, but it's pretty much junk. The front edge is worn off so much, it is almost impossible to get out. So to show you the difference, this is the new retaining clip. I don't know if you guys see it, but there's a little groove in it. And the theory is you get something under that groove to pull it out. The trouble is this thing being plastic, usually you ruin the groove. So hopefully this will fix what is wrong with this gun. I'll show you the mag release. So this is the old mag release. So, let's see. It's hard to see, but this little part right here, the edges are kind of beveled. So this is the top edge. This is what holds the magazine in. And if you guys can see in the camera, that edge is pretty worn. It's almost like on a 45. So here is the new magazine catch. You can see how sharp and crisp that edge is. There's no wear at all on it. I really hope that this is the fix. These things are really simple to put in. I'll show you. There is a little trick to this. I wanted to see the spring. So this is the magazine spring. The green one's the new one. This is the old one. I hope the green one has a little more tension on it. But I truly think that the head of the problem is that magazine catch was just flat wore out. So you just put the spring in there, and it works best to hold the gun upright. And then you just slide that bad boy in there. Try to keep the spring in place. Of course, the spring's already fallen out of place. The spring goes in that little groove right there. And if you hold the gun up, that orients it pretty close. So you just shove that all the way through. Get the new retaining clip. Of course, you know, I do things like this and I'll put the old clip in, but I think I got the new one. As you push it in there, that plastic retaining clip just snaps in place. Nothing to it. So, that's it. That's all there is to it. So that is the end of the video for today, that we've replaced the magazine catch on this SIG 227. So I'll do a video in the next day or two. What was happening with this, and the stuff I've seen online, it's a little bit of a common deal. I'll just put this together while I'm talking, but these are so easy to take down to field strip. There's 100 videos out there, so you just slide that in, slide it back together. Nothing to it. But what was happening, of course the gun's clear, is I would put the mag in, loaded, mag's empty. I would put the mag in, I would rack the slide, and the magazine would fall out. Or I would shoot 2 or 3 rounds out of a loaded mag, and it would fall out. Stuff I've read online, this is relatively common. So hopefully this will fix it. I will do a video, like I say, in the next day or two, show you guys what the end result is, and hopefully it works. So anyway, thanks for watching. Everybody have a good night. Please subscribe.